Today, we will be testing a new RSI strategy. Who am I? I am DP Roberts, and for years I've been testing thousands of indicators and strategies, and I'm testing more every single day here on the channel. I've taken the information from my testing and compiled that into spreadsheets. And if you are interested in getting access to the original 1,100 plus tested indicators that took me over 3 years of testing to put together, you can get access absolutely free. Just join our free tier on our Patreon page. You can find the link down below in the description. All right, as I said, today we will be testing a new RSI strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 608 different strategies, with 173 of them being winners. And so far, since we've been using the Nexus backtest indicator, we've tested 21 of the most recent strategies. And out of those 21 strategies, we've made every single one either more profitable than the original strategy or profitable when the original strategy wasn't. And out of those 21 strategies, we have a combined weekly profit of $12,800 and a best weekly profit so far of $2,000. All right, as I said, today we will be testing a new RSI strategy. And so the source video says, best RSI settings ever. It's impossible to lose with this strategy. Now, of course, we know that no strategy, no indicator is going to be 100% profitable. This source video creator does this often. And so it's just kind of a buzzword to plug into the title to get more reactions and views. But of course, it is what it is. And so, we will obviously put this strategy to the test and see what we can actually get out of it. And so the first indicator that we'll add to the screen is going to be the multiple RSI. And it's going to be this one right here by Vic Z. Go ahead and click on that and add it to the screen. We're going to run through the settings of this real super fast. So the length here, the first one is going to be 2. The second one's going to be 9. The third is going to be 34. The first plot here, we're going to make red. Second one, green. Second one, or the third one, white. And then go ahead and click OK. Then what you're going to do is go up here and you would grab a horizontal line right here and drop it anywhere on screen. And then go up to the little cogwheel here and set the coordinate to 50.00. And you can set this up however you want as far as the style. I have it as a dashed line. Now you can see I have a 50 line running right down the middle of the RSI indicator there. And the second indicator we will add to the screen is going to be the EMA ribbon. It's going to be this one right here. Go ahead and click on that one and add it to the screen. And again, we'll jump into the settings, and again, we'll speed run through these. So the EMA, or the MA number 1 here, is going to be set to an EMA of 34. The moving average 2 is going to be set to an EMA of 144. This first one's going to be red, and the second one's going to be blue. Go into the styles and uncheck MA3 and MA4, and just double check that these are set to red and blue. Then go ahead and click OK. So according to the source video, what we're looking for a long trade is you're looking for when the red moving average is above the blue moving average. And then you're looking down at the RSI, and what you want is, it's kind of hard to see here, but you want the white RSI line to be above that 50 line, the dash line that we set. We want the red RSI line and the green RSI line to both pull down below that white line. The red one, we want to go all the way down below the 20 mark, the oversold area. And then what we're looking for is the green RSI line to cross back up above the white. And when that happens, that'll be your signal to then enter into a long. Now, what I did was I created an indicator that does all this for you, so that way you don't actually have to do any of this. Now, let me give you a brief lesson on some indicators. Not all indicators work this way, but some indicators do. So what you'll have is you will have indicators that give specific like say buy or sell signals like this one does here. So if I scroll back, you can see a buy tag right here. So you have ones like this that when this bar closes right here, it gives this buy sell signal. You have other ones that as soon as the criteria is met and the next bar opens, it gives this buy tag right here. So it often looks like the signals are repainting, that they're one bar behind, but they technically are not. It's the open. Now, granted, if there was a large discrepancy, gap, or something like that, it might cause some issues. But in this particular case, basically, as soon as price closes and then the next candle opens, it sets the buy tag right here. And that's important to know because, again, when you look at something like this, it looks like it just repainted when it really didn't. And so in this particular case for the long trade setup, we just look for the buy tag right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our trade right there. We're going to put our stop just right below the little pivot right here and target a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, just like so. Let's go ahead and play this forward and see how it plays out. And you can see this push, kind of consolidation, then another push getting us to our take profit. All right, let's go ahead and go over the numbers on the strategy. Now, I did switch it to the 5-minute time frame because that's what it was originally on whenever I did the testing. I was playing around and dropped it down to the 1 minute. That's what we were looking at just a moment ago. I don't want anybody to think that I was doing something slick there. And so, all right, the numbers here, we have a 33% win rate, 268 trades, 20 bars backs, pretty common. 3 months for the 5-minute time frame. Again, usually pretty standard. Total profit loss would have been negative $5,300, and profit per week would have been negative $390. And so as far as it's impossible to lose, again, absolutely not the case. And are they the best RSI settings ever? In this particular case, they definitely are not. Now, like we used the Nexus backtest indicator, and we tweaked some of the settings here to see if we couldn't get better profitability out of it. Let's go ahead and click on this right here. All right, so now we did drop back down to the 1 minute time frame again. That was because that's what I was playing around with on the other screen. All right, so now we have a 66% win rate, 281 trades. We are on the 1 minute time frame, so it dropped the time traded. So now we're at 18 days. Your total profit would have been 11,198. Your total profit per week would have been $4,157. So this is significantly better. Now, are they the best RSI settings? Again, I'm not going to make that claim. I think it's kind of pretentious to make that claim. I think there are hundreds of ways to use the RSI in different settings, probably an infinite number of settings that you could apply, especially when you start looking at tripling and quadrupling the RSIs on screen. And so it's just an impossible claim to make. Now, obviously, we got significantly better results, and so that is a plus. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you are interested in the original 1100 plus tested indicators that took me over 3 years to compile and test and put the information together, you can get a free copy of that when you join our free Patreon. You can find the link down below in the description. But if you are interested in the strategies like this, just go ahead and join our $19 Patreon. Super cheap, but you will get access to the layouts that contain these strategies here and the settings that have it dialed into this kind of profitability. You'll need access to these indicators here, which you can get access to when you sign up as a patron of the channel. And in addition to that, what I've been doing now, I started on this particular one right here, is that I will actually go through and note the exact changes that I made and the exact settings that got it to this profitability. So even if you don't have access to any of these indicators and you just access the free RSI, multiple RSI, and MA ribbon, you can use those settings to try to replicate the strategy. Now, keep in mind that when you add in the human aspect, the human element, that you can run into some issues, and you also don't know whether or not any changes you make are going to maintain this profitability. So it's totally up to you how you want to handle it, but essentially you have the world of opportunities at your fingers. You can have the layouts exactly as they are here and immediately start trying to trade the strategy, forward test it, put it in automation, whatever you want to do. Or you can play around with more settings and more strategies and build your own. Again, totally up to you. All right, that's it for this strategy here. We are going to go ahead and put this one on the no list because the original strategy was not profitable. But like I said, we will add this one to the spreadsheet with the updated information as well as the settings that I changed to get it to this profitability. And this one by far is the most profitable strategy that we have tested yet at $4,000 per week. So really awesome results. All right, like I said, that's it for this video here. We'll go ahead and end it, move on to the next strategy from here.